What's the story, Morning Glory? What is the word? Hummingbird. Thank you so much for clicking on my channel and for joining me for this review of SWV and Xscape, The Queens of R&B, Season 1, Episode 5. Now, before we get into the episode, I have a little side note. So, a couple of days ago, I did a couple of videos. One was about the interview that Rocky Bivens, Latasha Scott's husband, did with Tasha K. And the other video was about just the conflict between Latasha and Tamika Scott. And I think the second one I titled it When Your Sister's Your Own Worst Enemy, and the first one, the interview that Rocky did, I don't know what the title was, but it was the Tasha K interview. So in one of those videos, I'm not sure which one, but in one of those videos towards the end, I had said that Latasha Scott should just come out and say that she has an open marriage with her husband, Rocky Bivens. Whether she does or she doesn't, she should just come out and say that, because he's wilding out here with these affairs. Now, way after Unique Faucha, his mistress, who was interviewed by Tasha K, and who revealed at the end of 2022, around November or so, she had exposed her affair with Rocky Bivens. Way after all of that came out, Latasha Scott is still standing by her man. She is still very much loyal to Rocky. And, she doesn't show any signs that we can see that she is planning on leaving him or that she has any issues with him. Nothing, right? So if you're going to stay with him and you're going to accept whatever he's doing, instead of you looking like a fool, looking like the woman or the wife that's being cheated on by her crazy husband with these random women, just say that you have an open marriage, that you are aware of what he's doing, and that you're basically giving consent. I had said that about a week or so ago, however many days ago, when I did those two videos. Now I saw that Latasha Scott got on her Instagram live and came out and said that her and Rocky have an open relationship, an open marriage. And I'm like, girl, did you see my video and went with what I said? Because if that's the case, girl, where is my publicist fee? Okay. So I'm just teasing about the publicist fee, but I thought it was extremely coincidental that after I posted my two videos, she comes out talking about how she has an open relationship with Rocky Bivens, and that they've always had an open marriage, and the reason why nobody knew about it is because it's nobody's business but theirs. And I've never heard of her talking about an open relationship ever, so I'm just like really wondering. I mean, the videos didn't get that many views, but I'm just really wondering, girl, if you saw my videos and took my ideas, because the next time I'll know to charge. Moving on, let's get into the episode. So Latasha and Tamika, they meet at the studio, and Tamika tells Latasha that she met with their mother and she did apologize to their mom about cursing in her house. And Latasha says that they need to get back to their sisterhood. And the scene seemed really genuine. Like, they were very apologetic about how they treated one another, and they really wanted to get back to being sisters again. And at the end of the meeting, they gave each other a very long, it would appear to be a very long and genuine hug, and they were both crying, and they both promised that they were going to try to get it right. But we know how it is with the Scott sisters or like anybody on a reality TV show. They'll do this wonderful, beautiful reconciling. Everybody's crying, hugs everywhere, and then we're back to conflict a few days later. So moving on from there, we see the dance audition. So all the girls from both groups showed up for the dance auditions, and it was just a really fun scene. All the dancers were really good. The ones that were chosen, the ones that were not chosen, all of them had a really great look. Their dance moves were great, and nobody had two left feet, and it was just a really fun scene. And I liked it when she got there on the floor with the dancers, and she was showing these young kids, how she throws down, and it was absolutely hilarious when she got on the floor and she got on her back and did the spinning turtle move, and then she did the she did that. What do they used to call it? Oh, I forgot. She started flopping around. It was hilarious. Anyways, moving on from there. So SWV, all three girls, they meet up and they talk about, obviously, the show that's coming up. And Taj tells Lily and Coco that she met up with Tamika from Xscape, and they kind of had a disagreement when it came to what song should the show end with, because the last song played is like, the big song of the night because you're sending people home with this song on their mind. And so obviously SWV, they want to end with Weak, and Xscape wants to end with, I think they said, Who Do I Run To? And I'm not a big fan of concerts ending on slow ballads. I think that the last song, I don't know why. I just feel like the last song should be a very upbeat, fast dance kind of song. I don't know why I feel that way, because I'm thinking by the time we get to the end of the show, no matter how good the show was, people are going to be kind of tired, and you need something to kind of get them, pepped up again. And the majority of their fan base are women, grown women wearing grown women's shoes, and their feet are probably going to be hurting by the time we get to the last song. By this time, half the audience probably already took off their shoes, and people are getting kind of tired and everything. I don't know. I just feel like the last song should be a slow song, unless the song right before that is a fast song that got people out of their seat and dancing, and then we kind of calm it down with a slow song. But so there was like there's this huge disagreement on what should be, the ending song to close out the show. And whoever closes out the show, according to Candy, or I don't know who said it, but somebody had said the last song shows exactly who was the headliner, right? So we'll see how that goes. And then Taj also tells Lily and Coco how Tamika said that because Tiny and Candy have the most followers on social media, that we should all bow down to them and, let them make all the decisions because they've got the most amount of followers. And SWV is like, we don't give a damn about that. No, that's not how it goes. We still sold more albums. So I kind of feel like Xscape thinks that this is an Xscape show, and they really truly see SWV as their opening act. And I think that they truly do believe that they are the main stars of the show, that everybody's really coming to see them. And I don't watch Tiny's reality TV show, whatever the hell that is. T.I., I don't know what it's called, the Family something or other. I don't watch that show. And I'm not really a Tiny follower. And Candy's okay, but I mean, she's okay on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. I'm not, fangirling over her or nothing like that. But if I were to go to this concert, of course, I would be happy to see both groups, but I would be truly, truly excited about seeing SWV. And that's just that. And I'm a 90s girl. Okay, when their music came out, I was like a teenager. So I was the perfect age group for their target audience. Young girls in high school, highly impressionable, wanting to follow the trends, looking up to these women. So SWV, they have my heart. I'm sorry. Xscape is wonderful. It's great. When Just Kick It comes on, I'm always going to throw down. But SWV, there's more of their songs that I like. And so I don't like the disrespect that Xscape is showing SWV. And just because y'all have a lot of followings on social media, I don't think that really transfers over to whose music is better and what this concert is really all about. This concert is a throwback to the damn 90s. So anyways, moving on. So Tiny, she's at home with her two daughters, little Miss Eris and Zonique, and she's talking to Zonique about Latasha and her shenanigans. They did a show, I guess, at some point in the past. They did a show in Orlando that Latasha actually showed up to for a sound check, and she performed with them, and everything went well. But then when it came time for the rehearsal for this concert that they're doing with SWV, she starts tripping again. So Tasha, to me, is very unprofessional. It's like, girl, you cannot let your feelings dictate what you're supposed to do with your business. You don't get along with your group mates or whatever the hell's going on. You don't get along with your sister. You signed up. Well, did she really commit? I don't even think at this point she's even really committed to doing the show yet. So I don't even know why she's even showing up to any of these. Look, this is another thing about Tosh that I can't stand. You never really committed. Did she commit to actually doing the tour with them? I don't know, because I remember her saying, well, I don't know if I'm going to do the show, or I don't know what she's up to. But anyways, my whole thing is you didn't really commit, so why are you showing up to the meetings? And if you did commit, you can't not show up to rehearsal. You know what I'm saying? You can't have it both ways. It's like, okay, I'm gonna commit, but I'm only gonna show up for whatever I want to show up with. And y'all may see me on the show with y'all. Y'all may not see me on the show with y'all. I may show up for rehearsals and sound check. I may not show. No, you cannot do that. If you're not gonna commit, why are you here? And if you are gonna commit, be professional and show up to everything. Moving on. So Candy and Coco meet with Steven, which is Xscape's stage director. And Coco's like, I don't even know why I'm meeting with this guy about song choices, because Steven went through the list of songs and, what order they're going to be in and see if everybody's going to be on the same page, which they were not. So Coco, she did not agree with ending the show with Understanding. Oh, it's Understanding, not the other one. They're going to do Understanding. So they want to end with Understanding, but Coco was like, no, we don't agree with that. We want to end with Weak. And Candy doesn't agree with that. And so, and this is where, I think it was Coco that said they want to end with their song because they want to make it look like that they were the headliners. I mean, we know what Candy is up to. Candy, we all know how she is. She's really all about, she thinks she's, I don't know. Candy is extremely, I'm not going to downplay this woman's success. She's got multiple streams of income. She's extremely successful. Talented songwriter. I just don't understand why she can't write a good song for herself. She's a talented songwriter. She's on all of these successful shows and she's got these spinoffs. I totally get it. Okay. But I just don't like how Candy's coming into this kind of like acting like, she knows better than anybody else. And I just don't like, I just don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. But I do adore Candy. I like her. I adore her. I respect her. I admire her. But she does kind of come off like she thinks that her and Tiny both kind of come off like, Xscape is better than SWV because we have a bigger social media following. Moving on from there. So Coco's son, Jay, decides to go back to school. So Coco's really happy about that. And I'm also happy about that because I do believe that you should have a backup plan. Moving on. So both groups get together. All the girls get together to go through what are they going to wear. And just like Steve, they chose Steven as their stage director, who is on, this is Xscape's stage director. They're also choosing Xscape's designer. So his name is Corey Boy. He is going to be designing the costumes or the outfits for the show. And so they all meet with him. And he normally designs clothes for strippers. So this is the reason why I guess Xscape, they like to go to him for their concerts because he can give them, that sexy look that they like, that they like to show on stage, boobs and butts and all of this. And SWV, that's not their aesthetic. Okay, that's not their aesthetic. When they get on stage, they kind of want to pay homage to the 90s, the era that they came from. And so their outfits is very reminiscent of how people used to dress in the 90s, but a little bit more, a little bit more razzle dazzle to it. But it's still very much 90s because, a lot of the things that they wear, the boots, the combat boots, the overalls were really big in the 90s. So Xscape, they like the more grown and sexy look. So Tamika she refers to her. So they're talking about, like the cohesive look that they're going to have. Xscape talks about, what is going to be their cohesive look. Because I think Xscape is going to have their look and SWV is going to have their look. But I don't know if they're going to all choose the same color theme. I don't know. So Tamika, she says, let's not make it like, she refers to how the last time her sister Latasha hired her own stylist and did her own thing and, did not blend in with the group. And so she refers to her sister as Diana Ross. And she says something about, Diana Ross over there. We know she's going to have her own stylist. She's going to do her own thing. So then they talk about the song, the orders of the song. Once again, SWV, they want to end with Weak, which was their biggest hit and sold more. I think that single sold more than any other single from either group combined. Tamika says that if you want to go with the song Weak because it sold more, you're going with album sales and so you're all about the numbers when it comes to which song sold more albums, then you need to also take into consideration that when it comes to numbers, Xscape is going to bring in more people. We're going to be able to fill up more seats because Xscape has a bigger following than SWV right now. And because, Candy has 10 million followers, Tiny has, I don't know, 4, 5, 8 million followers on social media. And SWV, they're like, we're not all about that. If it's really about if it's really about the social media following, if you think that's where all of the importance is, then y'all can easily be selling 90 million copies. Easily. If you're going to go strictly by, we have the most followers on social media. Candy has a lot of followers on social media, but she cannot sell a Candy album, a Candy solo album like that, y'all. I'm about to sneeze. So it's like, what's the point of having all of these followers if it's not going to show in your own record sales? So SWV, they're like, we're not Hollywood like that. We're not all about the social media, this, and that. We're about the music, and we're about connecting with our damn fans. And then someone said something about how Tiny likes to have a piano in the dressing room because she's, SW thinks that Xscape has gone Hollywood. Xscape thinks that SWV is stuck in the past because Tiny even said, she commented on their outfit. She says, SWV, they like to wear things that are a kickback to the 90s, but we're in 2023 and we can't be walking around on stage in baggy clothes and boots. We're grown and sexy. We're in our, 40s and 50s now. We gotta, plus they spend a lot of money on their damn body. They spend a ton of money on plastic surgery. So you want to wear the kind of outfits that are going to showcase all of that. So Xscape thinks that SWV is old fashioned. SWV thinks that Xscape is just way too Hollywood, and they've let Hollywood go into their head. So the meeting goes really bad. They start arguing back and forth. And then Coco says, well, forget about the concert. And, she says, we can do our show, our way, and you do y'all's show, y'all's way, another day, another time, another place. So I think that the reason why, because they showed clips of Xscape concerts and they show clips of SWV concerts. Xscape concerts look better. They're just more polished. They look so like more money was put into their production than SWV. SWV, sometimes their production kind of gives, 90s BET, video shows, like the way when they would have, what show was that? I forgot. The video shows that they would have back in the 90s on BET. Very low budget. You know how it is. And then Xscape, and I think the reason why Xscape, their shows are better because I think Candy and Tiny have the money to invest in their shows. Whereas SWV, there's nobody really on that level of a Candy or a Tiny. And so that's why their shows seem to be a little bit kind of low budget. I still appreciate an SWV show, no matter what. I don't give a damn. I still appreciate SWV. I don't give a damn what they're wearing, what kind of stage production they have. If Coco can bring me the vocals and y'all can take me back to my teenage years, I'm here for it. Xscape, they might have the beautiful shiny production and everything is like really modern and sleek as far as the production goes, and they can definitely sing. But like I said, I just like the SWV songs better. And if I had a choice to go to one or the other, I would go to an SWV concert. Moving on from there. So then we see towards the end of the episode, the whole entire group of Xscape is meeting and Tasha shows up and Tasha's like, okay, so what's up? What's going on? It seems like everybody knows the purpose of the meeting except for Tasha. So the group tells her that they found out that her husband, Rocky, has been dealing with the promoter and getting a kickback. Tasha absolutely, categorically denies it. Tamika then pulls out the receipts. Her sister pulls out the receipts, which were the screenshots of the text messages between Rocky and the promoter. And I mean, Tasha was like, what is that? And it's like, girl, hold on. Your sister's about to show. She's about to pass out the paperwork. Tamika had these screenshots printed out, correlated. Everything is stapled. Enough copies for everybody to look at the documents on their own. And it is text messages where Rocky and the promoter are talking about Tasha getting Xscape to do a show, which is going to be set up by Rocky and this promoter. Rocky would then get an extra fee on top of whatever's going to be paid to the group. And the problem with this is that this is like hidden money. And I guess when you're doing a show, doing a concert or whatever, every dime, every penny has to be accounted for. And he was basically getting paid under the table. He was getting whatever extra money the promoter wanted to pay him. It was getting done under the table. And this is money that should be going out, I'm assuming, to, the group and anybody else who's involved with the show, and everything needs to be accounted for. Everybody needs to know how much money was made and how the money was distributed or dispersed. So Tasha plays dumb and she says, well, it's not like I wasn't doing that. It wasn't me that did that. And it's like, okay, girl, we know that it wasn't you specifically, but it was your husband and you knew about it because you live with this damn man. And the text messages even show that Rocky was going to consult with you about these kickbacks. So I'm just like, Tasha and her husband, they are just so sloppy with their shenanigans. Xscape wants to talk about SWV being old fashioned and backwards. Ain't nobody more backwards than Rocky Bivens, because Rocky Bivens, I don't know what decade he thinks he's living in, but he thinks he's living in the days of pagers and payphones. You're living in the days of smartphones. And Tasha K tried to tell him everything you do is tracked and recorded and documented, and nothing can be deleted. No matter what you think you're deleting, nothing is ever really deleted. It just gets moved to another folder. So him exchanging text messages about doing something that is, I don't want to say it's illegal, but by doing inappropriate and sneaky and greedy, and you're basically admitting to what you're doing through text messages, it's just like, you're so sloppy about your wrongdoings and your shenanigans. Rocky, I'm gonna need you to do your underhanded stuff. I'm gonna need you to do that face to face in person, or on a damn landline or something, because you and these text messages, because your mistresses have you all out there exposed with text messages. These promoters that you're getting these kickbacks from, they have you out there exposed with these text messages. So Rocky, I'm gonna need you to take it all the way. If you're gonna be old school, if you think you're old school, go all the way back old school. Go back to the 80s and 70s where you met people face to face. So there's nothing documented, nothing that can be printed out and shown to the whole wide world. And go back to landlines. I'm like, seriously. So Tasha denies that the screenshots are even from Rocky's phone. This is how delusional Tasha is about her husband. Now, she knows her husband's up to no good, but it's so important for her to appear as if she married a strong black man, and she doesn't want anyone to see the cracks in her marriage. But these are like damn chisms now, okay? So what do you think is going on, Tasha? So you think that people are, what do you think people are doing? I mean, school us. So school us on how people can manipulate other people's phones to make it look like that they were sending text messages to promoters. How was that done then? If it wasn't by your husband, it's not your husband's phone, then how was it done? Are you trying to say that somebody in your group was trying to fake messages between Rocky and the promoter? Like, what do you think is happening if it's not exactly what's in front of your damn eyes? I don't know. Anyways, Latasha and Rocky, it's exhausting to talk about these people because it's just one shenanigan after another. They don't get tired deceiving and manipulating and just doing people wrong. And Latasha, somebody said, I forgot who said it, but somebody said that all of your problems stem from, I think it was Tasha. Was it Tasha K? All of your problems stem from your damn husband. I don't know who said it. And that's the truth. That is the truth. You are out here looking like a damn clown because your husband is making you look like a clown. And because you have this belief about you need to stand by your man and show loyalty to you. It's fine to stand by your man. I'm not against that. I am not against people who want to stand by their husbands. And, you know, my husband is my leader and my husband is the head of my household. I'm going to listen to him and do as he says. Girl, that's fine. But it has to be a husband who's worth something, who's about something, who's got some kind of integrity about him. Anyways, thank you so much for joining me. I really do appreciate it. On your way out, don't forget to rate the video. If you like this content, go ahead and subscribe, and I will definitely talk to you later. Bye.